Okay guys, I'm so happy that you all could be here tonight to celebrate with Andrew and Taylor. And I'm so excited that this night is finally here, even though it seems like just yesterday were the dates Taylor was reminding us all the time that Andrew was going to propose soon. That went on for a couple of months. So anyways, Taylor, I'm more than honored to be your maid of honor. Having you as a sister is one of the biggest blessings in my life. We have gone through a lot together, and you are always there to be my strong big sister. From being a shoulder to cry on to a great role model and friend, you've always been such a light in my life and the life of others. If there's one thing I admire more than anything about you, though, it is your heart for Jesus. You've never been such a shy person, especially when it comes to your faith, and I believe God has and will continue to bless you for that. Amen. Not only has he blessed you with an awesome sister, great looks, and a great personality, but he has given you some amazing people in your life, with Andrew being at the top of that list. If there is a love that I can truly look up to, it is yours. If there is a love that truly honors God, it is yours. Andrew, thank you for being the man that Taylor deserves. Your contagious personality and heart for others made us all fall in love with you. Thank you for stepping up and striving to be the man and spiritual leader God has intended for my sister. If my dad were here, he would be so happy to see Taylor married to the guy she truly deserves. I knew you were special from the day Taylor made us drive by your house and throw a tomato in your yard in hopes that you'd see it and think of her. She was always crazy about you, and it's obvious to see how much you love her as well. When I say this, I am saying it from the bottom of my heart. You two are truly perfect for each other. I truly hope I can be as blessed one day to find the love you two have found with each other. I wish you absolutely nothing but happiness, and I am so excited to officially have a second big brother. I love you both more than you'll ever know. Have fun and enjoy your new lives together. Love you guys. To Andrew and Taylor.
All right, everybody. My name is Matthew Bishop, and I am Andrew's older brother. Many of you may not be aware, but I recently got married, and my brother took it upon himself to give a roast as the best man speech. And it was funny, let me tell you. No stone was left unturned. I left the door wide open for him. Not only did he walk through that door, but he also turned around and locked it 3 times, set 2 alarms, and propped up a chair against the handle. No one can get in now. But anyway, unfortunately for him, I've had a year and a half to prepare for revenge. I know that you may not understand everything, but just laugh when everyone else does. And grab a drink, because this may take a little bit longer than the normal speech. I would tell you to like the speech on Andy's Facebook wall after it's over, but unfortunately he's not running for any contest this week, so he deactivated Facebook. All right, so I made Taylor a promise that I would not attack her, and I won't. Taylor is a perfect match for Andy, and I knew this before they did. See, it was August of '08. Andy comes into my room in Daytona Beach and says, "Matt, I've made a mistake." He had panic in his eyes. He proceeded to tell me, "Matt, I took a picture of the sunrise and I sent it out saying, 'Wishing you were here.'" Of course, I said, "All right, who's the lucky guy?" And he said, "Very funny, but the thing is, I sent it out to a bunch of girls." See, at the time, we didn't have smartphones or smart users, clearly. But one of the other girls did, and she was able to see everybody else on the message and proceeded to call out everybody else on the message. She reached out to Taylor and asked Taylor who she was. Taylor shrugged it off like it was no big deal, called Andy a player, and went on with her life. Anyone that can see past that is way better than what Andy deserves. Taylor, you've been a blessing in Andy's life, and will be for all of us in the future. Let me scroll down real quick. Bish, how proud we all are of you. Although in my speech you stressed that I never finished my PhD, keep in mind it took you just as long getting your bachelor's as it took me to almost finish my PhD. But hey, how can we not be proud? Unlike me, you went to school, you followed your dream. I may not be the history professor I thought I was going to be, but you got your degree in electronic media broadcasting and landed your dream job, covering UK basketball and football. Oh wait, well, you quit that job. How ironic. But just know if your new job doesn't work out for you, you have a bright future selling security systems. In fact, you'll be able to sell 3 of them to yourself. Listen though, I've always tried to succeed in the bigger brother role. Like when we were younger and you kept whining about using the phone, I knew you needed a lesson in patience, so I threw it at you. And it chipped your tooth, and you had picture day the next day. I did you a favor though, trust me. And then a few years later, when you beat me in behind the door basketball hoop and you started talking trash, I had to teach you a lesson in humility by punching you on the side of your head. Picture day, surprisingly, was the next day as well. Or my favorite lesson taught, one in honesty. It was 1999, Camp Webb, and we were taking a written test in wilderness survival. I looked back and Andy was copying the answers from a friend. What else was I supposed to do but to guilt trip him into tears? I brought up mom and dad, our dead dog Bambi, and yes, even God. But it worked. He cried his way to the leaders and requested to retake it. You can now proudly wear that outdoorsman badge with honor. So let's see, that leaves us with patience, humility, and honesty. I'll hit on the importance of these traits later. I've always been Andy's #1 fan and supporter. As most of you know, Andy was an aspiring rapper. In fact, I think we got one of his singles here. If you guys know the words, go along with it.
My name is A, N, D into the Y, and if you want to just go ahead and try. And don't think I'm Mr. Nice Guy.
All right, let's be honest. Andy was representing the mean streets of Covington, or the C of V, what he called the City of Violence. Andy's LP, The First Step, sold over 3 million records. Wait, hold on, my mistake. Sold 3 records, all of which to Jay Bishop, and he gave away the other 27. But his influence and lasting impression are evident still. For of the 30 CDs he made, 16 of them are still being used, protecting coffee tables nationwide as coasters for soft drinks. I'm not even finished yet. All joking aside, I am luckier than anyone in this room, for I've had the honor to be your best friend your whole life. And I can honestly say it has been a blessing for me to endure your pain and share in your joy. Especially those 3 times that Rick, aka St. Rickulus, aka Rickalodian, aka Rick-or-Treat, aka Rickopotamus, aka Tyrannosaurus Rick, aka how many Ricks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop? Made, I like that one. Thank you. Made you want to transfer schools 3 times. You have taught me to never give up on your dreams, unless of course it's the rap game. You've showed me strength in your darkest hour, and you showed what it means to persevere through failure. I mean, who else can say they've been booed off the floor of Madison Square Garden? Only to shave a UK into the back of their head in order to eventually have the chance to be on an even greater floor of Rupp Arena. Regardless of what you do in your life, I will never doubt you. You will always have my 100% support in anything you do. Whether you realize it or not, people much older than you look up to you. You are an inspiration to many, in person and across the world on YouTube. And you will be as good of a husband and father as you've been a brother, son, and friend. To finish up, everyone in this room is better because they know you. And honestly, we should thank you for who you are. I want to wrap up the speech by returning to the 3 traits I mentioned earlier: patience, humility, and honesty. Andy, please use these traits in your marriage. Ironically, Taylor, you also have to use these traits in your sex life with Andy.
All right, let's make some noise and raise your glasses for Mr. and Mrs. Bishop.